High snap, play action, Nichols underneath, caught, gets away from one tackler, gets away from two tacklers, down the sidelines, one man to beat, stutter step, getting away to the end zone, number 8, Dylan Talley, touchdown, Bowie.
Robertson in motion, Craven's back to pass, goes across the middle, Ghostin holds it in, he's gonna go to the touchdown, to the house, Cravens to Ghostin, Colt, touchdown!
As a tight end, pulls a guard, Bauer finds the hole, follows the pulling guard, cuts outside, bounces outside to the 20, 10, 15, 5, touchdown, Bowers, touchdown, Bowie!
And folks, we have history at Haltom. Danny Bustamante has just pitched a no-hit, no-run, no-walk shutout. A perfect game for Danny Bustamante.
Rios looks at Alvarado and turns home. It's going to that left field gap. That's a base hit. Here comes Axel Alvarado. The Colts are going to take the lead in the top of the 7th on the base hit by Gannon Howard. Burkle out of position. They've got to pass, and they've got to go! Patomeco with the pass. Narario has a bit of a look. Shot on goal, and he gets it in! Two tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level. B.J. Rogers to midfield. One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not. Number 6 in for 6. That will do it.
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this presentation from Zach Arnold Productions. Energetic Media Solutions.
Good evening. It's game day in Central Arlington, Texas, and Zap has the action you're looking for. Broadcasting live, this is Texas High School Baseball presented by John Wade Roofing. The pregame show is coming up right after this.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346. Good evening, Colt Nation. We are live with Zach Arnold Productions at the home of the Arlington Colts. Colt Field here at the Central Arlington, and we are glad to be bringing you this ball game. This is Pops Arnold on the call for tonight. On the color and call, or later in the game, Cameron Wilcox. Welcome aboard, Cameron. Glad
Thanks
to have
for
you here
having me. Thanks for having me.
And helping us produce tonight and keep everything running smoothly, John Ethan Wilson will be behind the scenes. Glad to have John Ethan with us again tonight. Cameron, this game was in a little bit of flux earlier in the day due to the weather. We just weren't really sure if we were going to get some rain or not. But the sun is out and the temperatures are warm, and it's going to be a good night for baseball. You might hear in the background, it's Future Colt Day here at Colt Field. Some of the younger baseball players that are going to be coming up through the ranks over the next few years are out here tonight. We had some ceremonial first pitches by some really young men on the mound, and now we've got a virtual dot race here with some future Colts running around the infield. One of them with a white uniform, one with a black uniform, one with a gray. And it looks like the gray won tonight, Cameron, so hopefully that'll be a good omen for the Colts tonight to have the younger generation here playing with us tonight. We're excited to have be a present for Colt night here as Arlington Colts take on the Grand Prairie Gophers in tonight's ball game. Arlington's coming into this game at 8-2 in district, 13-12 overall, about 500 for the year right now. And right now they are sitting at second in the 8-6A district And they're 2 games ahead, Cameron, 2 games ahead of everybody else that's behind them. Of course, South Grand Prairie is in the first place spot at 9-1 coming in to tonight's game. Martin is tied at 3rd with Lamar. Both Martin and Lamar are sitting at 6-4 tonight. And Bowie is at 5-5, and Grand Prairie, Haltom, and Sam Houston are bringing up the bottom part of 8-6A tonight. The matchups going on, of course, Arlington's taking on Grand Prairie. At the north side, Bowie is visiting Lamar tonight, and South Grand Prairie should have an easy time with Haltom, so they'll take care of business this week. Also, Martin is playing Sam this week, so they'll be taking care of business as well. But you got to watch those Sam Houston Texans sometimes, because they'll reach up and bite you like they did against Bowie.
Yeah, well, you're talking about that Sam Houston team. I want to talk about this Grand Prairie team because they're on a 3-game winning streak, looks like. And they're also, somebody that the Colts can't blow off. They had a 3-0 win against Sam Houston, a 3-1 win against Sam Houston, and then they came back against Seguin, and they dominated.
Yes, they did. 13-1 win. So the point there would be you cannot take Grand Prairie lightly. This is a trap game. If you look at these 2 games this week, and you've got to bring your best every time out on the field just to keep pace. The Colts last week on Tuesday, big series with Lamar last week, and the Colts won on Tuesday night 7-2 at Lamar. On Friday here at Colt Field, they absolutely destroyed the Vikings 12-0 in a run rule game. And then Saturday they played a non-district game against Frisco Lone Star and won 8-7. So Arlington High is on a 3-game winning streak also with the last week's action. Head coach Brian Womack has over 100 wins. He got his 100th win on the first district game of the season this year, and he just keeps adding to it.
And that's what they want to do tonight. They want to continue to add to those wins because, they have their fate in their own hands. They want to try and win out. If they win out against Grand Prairie here tonight and then on Friday and then go into Martin and handle business there, then they'll go ahead and secure that number 2 slot.
Absolutely. The bottom line, Zach and I were talking about this earlier, is Arlington Colts are in control of their own fate at this time. If they take care of business this week, and if they take care of business against Martin next week, then they're a lock for that 2nd spot. But there's a lot of unusual scenarios. If Arlington goes 3-1 in the next 4 games or 2-2 in the next 4 games, then there may be the possibility of a need for a playoff seeding game, a seeding playoff game.
That's why.
And it might end up being against Martin. So you play 2 games against Martin. If Martin wins out by sweeping Sam this week and Arlington next week, then Arlington and Martin would end up at 10-4.
Right.
And you definitely need a playoff win-in type of scenario. So it gets really messy if Arlington does not win.
Yeah, messy, muddy,
so
all of that.
They would be expected to take care of business against Grand Prairie this week. We would expect that. They just need to go out there on the field and do it. As you can hear in the background, they're introducing the players for both teams. And now we're going to step aside and honor America as PA announcer Randy Russ brings us the national anthem. We'll be right back.
With the playing of our national anthem. Thank you.
Thank you, fans, for that Honoring America time out there. It's a really great scene here at Colt Field tonight. This is a family game, and there are young men, young baseball players running all over the field. Each Colt position player took a young man out there with him to do the introductions and the national anthem tonight. It was a really great scene. And so, since the Colts are on the field already, let me review for you where they're going to be playing tonight. So at first base, Corbin Quiros will be playing first tonight, number 24. At second base, Simon Hercules, number 3. Over at the hot corner at third base, Abe Alvarado, number 20. At shortstop tonight, and you'll hear why he's at short instead of Busta, Colin Murphy playing shortstop for the Colts tonight. Left field, Jacob Frias. Center field, Gannon Howard. Right field, Payne Kernal. And behind the plate for the Colts, the battery, Axel Alvarado behind the plate. And on the mound, Danny Bustamante. Danny Bustamante has had an outstanding season this year. He has not lost a game. He has a perfect game under his belt that I was blessed to be able to call myself. Before we get too far into this, let me remind you our pregame show was brought to you by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, a family-owned business with a team of professionals who have served the Arlington area for over 50 years. Don't let insurance be a headache. Chapman Cornelius can help you create a custom insurance plan tailored to your small business's needs and budget. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346 or go to www.chapman-cornelius.com. Our pregame show tonight brought to you by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services. The pitcher and catcher have finished their warm-up tonight. Danny Bustamante and Axel Alvarado in the battery for the Colts. And here's the starting lineup for the Grand Prairie Gophers tonight. Number 3, Saul Muniz will be leading off and playing shortstop. Number 0, Austin Dennis will be batting second, playing left field. Batting third, number 24, Isaac Aguilar, the pitcher for tonight's game. Batting fourth, number 8, J.J. Conejo, the catcher. Batting fifth, Rodrigo Martinez, the third baseman. Batting sixth, Jordan King, the second baseman. Batting seventh, Amir Sanchez, the right fielder. Batting eighth, Brandon Peoples at first base. And batting ninth for the Gophers, Jalen Garcia, the center fielder. The umpires are set and ready to get the ball game started. The umpire points to Bustamante and says, first pitch, and we're ready for some baseball. That first pitch is a called strike, and fans, we'd like to remind you as we open up this game, open up your home to new possibilities with Modern West Windows and Doors, our first pitch presenters this season. First pitch brought to you by Modern West Windows. Second pitch is swung on and hit to the right side for a foul ball. It's an 0-2 count right away here on the leadoff batter, Saul Muniz.
Yeah, and that's something like that Bustamante loves to do as the Colts ace. He loves to get ahead in the count.
0-2 on Muniz here.
Oh.
That one, did it hit the catcher's helmet or the batter's helmet?
It hit the batter's helmet.
Hit the batter's helmet. Saul Muniz taking one off the noggin here to get us started here. And he'll take up first base to start the game off.
Yeah, it was looking like he was trying to throw an inside pitch there. It got away from him a little bit and rose up on Munoz there. So he's awarded first base by hit by pitch. Right in his shoulder, kind of in his helmet there.
So it was off his shoulder and then up off the helmet. I heard the plastic thud of the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
That'll bring up the second batter of the inning, left fielder Austin Dennis, for his first appearance tonight. And one runner over at first for Bustamante. Throw over to first, and the runner is back easily.
Well, that's something that they better pay attention to, because I've seen Danny pick off about 3 or 4 guys on that move there over to first.
True enough. Dennis gets set. The pitch home. He squares the bunt. He lays the bunt right back to Bustamante. He looks at second, but he throws over to first to get the sure out. We've got a timeout. The umpire is calling something on the field here.
Pitcher number 24.
Not sure what he's trying to indicate. He's sending the runner back to first base.
Oh, something was illegal there.
Who's at bat? Is this the next batter?
That is Isaiah Aguilera, the pitcher.
So they have called Austin Dennis out for interference, apparently. So interference on the batter, interfering with the catcher on the throw. He is out. It's a dead ball. The runner has to go back to first base. So Saul Muniz stays at first. Dennis is out on interference.
That is a fortunate break for Bustamante here.
And the new batter is Isaac Aguilar, the pitcher. So we got pitcher on pitcher here, and he fouls the first one off.
He's a pretty tall pitcher there.
0-1. Oh, throw over to first base to check on Muniz, and he's back safely.
Yeah, I'd say he stands about 6'2" in that batter's box up there.
All arms and legs is Austin Aguilar. Another throw over to first, keeping Muniz honest over there. Head coach for the Gophers is
Coach Reeves.
Coach Reeves. Got to shake his hand earlier in the game tonight. Runner taking off on a straight steal. Ball one at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the runner steals. They had a right to be worried about him, didn't they, Cam?
Absolutely. Leadoff hitter, getting a pretty big lead over there at first. I seen Alvarado. He came up to throw, but he hitched up and he held on to it. He was disappointed in himself. I saw that.
So runner in scoring position here in the top of the first inning. Bustamante's 1-1 pitch is called a strike 2 on the outside corner. He gets ahead 1-2 on Aguilar.
Exactly what he likes to do. Like I said, he likes to get that second strike in there and get ahead of these batters.
Takes a long look at second and comes home with a curveball chopped in the infield. It's going to be fielded by AB. Throws to first, and did he get him? He did, just in time. Umpire in the field punched him out emphatically.
That's a good charge over there at third base. AB comes up throwing real hard on a soft hit ground ball to third for the second put out of the inning.
That does push Muniz over to third base, but there's 2 outs in the inning now, and that'll bring up J.J. Conejo, the catcher for the Gophers. His first appearance, obviously, tonight here in the top of the first. Bustamante steps off the pitching plate, does a little groundwork.
Yeah, I've seen him in these situations before. He's got a nerve of steel up there on that pitcher's mound. He usually digs in and reaches back really hard and throws some heat.
Curveball catches that outside corner for strike 1. Good movement on that curve so far tonight.
Absolutely. He started that a little earlier today.
Yeah.
Usually he comes back and throws a lot of fastballs early on, and then he comes and works on his curve. But today he's kind of got it going a little bit earlier.
Heat catches the outside corner for strike 2.
As we see him get into a nice little rhythm and get up 0-2 again on this batter, the cleanup hitter here.
Ahead in the count, 0-2. High, looking at him to swing at that high, fat-looking one there. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Conejo.
You know, that's something that he likes to do. He likes to change levels on him.
He wants him to get up there and chase that one because that one looks big and
juicy.
Yeah. Curveball tapped at the plate. It's Conejo. It goes right into the glove of the catcher Alvarado for a strikeout and the 3rd out of the inning. So that'll take us to a break. We're going to go visit our sponsors. This is Arlington Colt High School Baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home. When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Now introducing the
Welcome back to Colt Field for the bottom of the second inning. Let me set the scene for you of the Grand Prairie defense. Brandon Peoples at first, Jordan King at second, Rodrigo Martinez at third, Saul Muniz at shortstop. Left field, Austin Dennis. Center field, Jalen Garcia. Right field, Amir Sanchez. And the battery for the Gophers tonight, J.J. Conejo behind the plate. And on the mound, Isaac Aguilar. The Colts line up for this evening. Leading off, Danny Bustamante, the pitcher. Batting second, Gannon Howard, the center fielder. Batting third, Axel Alvarado, the catcher. Batting fourth, Abe Alvarado, playing third base tonight. Batting fifth, Payne Kernal in right field. Batting sixth, Corbin Quiros at first base. Batting seventh, Colin Murphy, the shortstop. Batting eighth, Jacob Frias in left field. And batting ninth, Cannon Cambrone, the designated hitter for tonight's ball game. So leading off for the Colts in this bottom of the first, Bustamante, Howard, and Alvarado. Danny Bustamante was able to strand that runner. He got hit by pitch and made his way all the way to third, and Bustamante was able to work his way back and strand that runner at third, and we still got a goose egg on the board after the Gophers' first inning.
Yeah, he started out really strong. I mean, unfortunately, he did have that hit by pitch, but guess what he did? He bookended with a strikeout.
Pitcher number 4, Danny Bustamante.
Bustamante leading off. Bustamante settles into the batter's box to face his counterpart, Isaac Aguilar, and the first pitch. Called strike one on that outside corner. Aguilar gets ahead quickly.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. He's a big, tall guy
I'll
out
drink
there.
of water out there on the mound.
Absolutely.
0-1 pitch. Outside too far for ball one. The dimensions here at Colt Field, 312 feet down the left field line and right field line. 350 to the alleys in left center and right center. 425 to dead center. That pitch a little bit high for ball two. One of the dimensions that's very unique here, that's different from many other ballparks around the area, is the short distance from the catcher's plate to the backstop. There's almost maybe 20 feet, 15, 20 feet is all there is. And so it really plays a factor. Danny swings, but this was in play in right field. Amir Sanchez drifting under it, and he hauls it in for the first out.
Center fielder number 2.
At other ballparks like at Lamar and at Bowie, at Grand Prairie, there's a lot more room back there, and it allows runners to advance easier. Now there are caroms here. The ball will get away from a catcher and bounce in a different direction. But by and large, it's hard to run on a pass ball here at Colt Field.
Absolutely. This is probably the shortest backstop, I think, in the district.
Yeah, it has to be. First pitch to Gannon Howard is a ball. Gannon Howard playing center field for the Colts tonight, as he usually does. And this is his first appearance of the night. Swung on and missed. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, the top of this lineup here is actually very, very dangerous. I mean, especially when you got that third hitter right behind this guy right here, Gannon Howard. Axel Alvarado, he's super hot, and you know what I'm saying, if he can get a guy on base, you can look for an RBI.
1-1 pitch on its way. He thought about swinging at it. It was outside, and he held up. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, they take a look down there to first base. Umpire, he calls it no swing. Yeah. A little bit of crowd chatter here, asking for a look at it.
That's okay. They're engaged.
Absolutely.
Good atmosphere here. That one, did he go that time? No.
Yeah, he checks his thing.
That was a better. That was a better check swing than one before that. Hitters count here at 3-1.
Still trying to get him to chase something there.
The delivery swung on and hit to the left side into the Colt dugout. Full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Coach Womack throw his hand out like he was going to catch that. It was a hard hit line drive down that left field line. I don't think he wanted any parts of that.
payoff pitch on its way. Called strike 3.
That is an unfortunate.
Howard caught looking at that one, and Isaac Aguilar rings up his first strikeout of the night. That'll bring up Axel Alvarado, who's on a hot streak this year, batting left-handed, but 2 outs in the inning already.
I've seen him in this position before. He likes to get things started.
That ball's in the dirt, low and inside for ball 1.
And the Colts, they do. They usually, they'll come and put up a couple of points on 2 outs in an inning. I've seen them do that numerous times before.
Absolutely.
And this is the guy right here that'll do it. He'll get it started.
That one he went around on. He tried to check that swing, and the home plate umpire said, no, I got that one. He went around on that. The wind is blowing gently from home plate out towards center field here tonight. Ball gets. Axel thinks it hit him. He's looking at the plate umpire.
That's the second
We'd
one
probably-
he's thrown to him inside like that in the dirt.
Yeah, we'd probably rather him keep that bat in his hand. 2 balls and 1 strike to count to Axel. His cousin, Abe Alvarado, on deck, taking some cuts in case he gets a chance here with 2 outs. Coach Womack's asking, did he get hit? And he wants to appeal down to first base. I don't think the first base umpire had any better look than the home plate umpire did.
Yeah, he's pretty far down there. I don't know if he paid attention to it or not, but Abe is saying it hit me.
Axel.
So, I apologize.
Yeah, that's
Axel.
okay. But
Yeah,
Axel acted like he got hit and was looking for the free pass, but the home plate umpire says, no, we don't have enough definitive evidence. No replays in high school baseball. No tapping the helmet to get a replay.
Like you said, I'd probably prefer to have the bat in his hand anyway.
That's just me. That's just us as the broadcasters.
Right.
2-1 the count here. Aguilar's pitch up high for ball 3. Hitters count here to Axel.
I'm sure he's looking for something to hit here.
The umpire called for. Axel's ready to toss that bat away, but the umpire rung him up on that second strike.
It was a little outside.
3 balls and 2 strikes the count to Axel. Aguilar's whined for the payoff pitch. Swung on and hit towards shortstop. Saul Muñiz plays it cleanly. Throws it over to the first baseman, Brandon Peoples, for the out, and the Colts are retired here on the 6-3. They go up up and down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the first inning. That'll take us to the break. We're going to go visit our sponsors that keep us on the air. This is Colt Baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
Welcome back to the second inning. Our second inning is sponsored by Pipe and Peak Plumbing. If you need a quote, call Caleb Renfro for a quote from them, and they'll come out and give you a free quote. Second inning brought to you by Pipe and Peak Plumbing. I'm going to turn it over for the play-by-play in the second inning to Cameron Wilcox. Cameron, take it away.
Well, right now we have Danny on the top of the second inning here, just warming up. He's getting ready to face the number 5, 6, 7 hitters, or the 5, 6, 7 hitters. Rodrigo Martinez leading off. Jordan King in the batter's box. I mean, in the on deck circle, and then we have rounding that off, Amir Sanchez in the hole. So Danny finished with a strikeout to end the.
Cameron, let me give you a phone number on that Pipe and Peak Plumbing.
Sure.
Call Caleb Renfro at 817-807-7069. Pipe and Peak Plumbing bringing you the second inning, serving Arlington for over 16 years.
Yeah, Pike and Peak Plumbing. All right, here we go. Top of the second inning here as Danny gets the sign from Alvarado. He delivers. Fastball, first pitch for a ball, bringing the count to 1-0 for Martinez. As he swings at the second pitch, looks like it was kind of in the same spot there, bringing the count to 1-1. Danny's making quick work here as he throws another fastball for a strike, bringing the count to 1-2.
Good location on that pitch so far. The umpire seems to be fairly consistent. Danny likes that outside corner, and he's finding it.
As he throws another one high for ball 2. That's something that he's been doing. He's done that against 3 or 4 batters where he's gotten up in the count. He's thrown one about high level. As this one is hit hard to Quiros, he bobbles it a little bit, but then
it's foul.
They call it foul.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call it foul down there.
First base umpire down the line threw his hands up in the air immediately.
Okay.
One of the things we, for our vantage point here at Colt Field, we cannot see down the right field line, so we have to rely on the signals from the umpires to tell us if things are fair or foul or what's happening down there.
As that brings the count to deuces wild. I like it when you guys say that. That's one of Zach's sayings here. As Danny throws the next pitch for a ball, bringing the count full to 3-2.
Yeah, that curveball broke a little bit early that time, and was just short, a little bit short of the plate. That one catches it.
Yeah, that one catches it. It was a fastball on the outside corner where the umpire has been consistent all day, and Danny rings up his second K of the day against Martinez. As that brings up our second batter of the inning, Jordan King, our second baseman here in the 6th hole, seeing if he can get on base against our ace here for the Colts. First pitch in for a ball.
Axel, a good defensive catcher, doing a good job trying to bring that pitch up into the zone, trying to frame it. Yeah, trying to convince the umpire. The umpire wasn't biting on it.
As that one, he feels like he did. Bringing the count to 1-1. Like you said, he's been doing this all year. He's been very good behind the plate. And this one is hit hard to Hercules, who makes an easy.
Good play there by Simon Hercules. Hercules playing second base. That was a hot shot, short hop to him, and he played it perfectly.
He did.
And had plenty of time to get the ball over for the out.
Yeah, he gave him a nice little backhand right there for a nice easy throw over to Quiros for the second out of the inning.
Good job by the utility player, Simon Hercules, starting at second base tonight.
As Danny goes into his windup, throws it inside as our next batter, Amir Sanchez, swings over that pitch, that inside fastball for strike 1. Like you said, Alvarado back there, he's really good at bringing that pitch in and getting where that spot is, as the second pitch is another fastball right past Sanchez for strike 2. Looks like Danny's trying to overpower him a little bit.
A little bit low and gets away on that one.
Well, he's trying to make him chase a little bit, I think. You know, he's been up in the count. You know what I'm saying? He's been going high on a couple of them. But he's actually thrown that pitch a couple of times, too, low and inside to this left-hand hitter. And that brings the count to 1-2. 2 down here in the top of the second as he delivers another fastball for strike 3 to to Sanchez, bringing his total to 3 strikeouts. And that is the end of the inning. And this is high school baseball on Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions, with locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield. Solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
And welcome back to Colts baseball here at Arlington Colts Stadium. As we go into the bottom of the second inning, Aguilera is warming up still, and he had a pretty good first start here as he had 3 up, 3 down. As we go into our cleanup hitter, well, basically our leadoff hitter here in the in the bottom of the second, A.B. Alvarado, and in the on deck circle we have Payne Kernal, and in the hole, we have Corbin Keyros, our first baseman. He's a big hitter, too. So, I mean, we have a lot of hitters here. The beginning of the lineup, which it did go down 1, 2, 3, but we still have some big hitters in the middle of the lineup, too.
Well, and the bottom of the lineup, too. One thing Zach and I noticed in that game last Friday against it was against Lamar here, was the middle to the bottom of the order was prolific in their hitting that night. So we're looking for some more of that here tonight, maybe up and down the order with some good hitting.
As Aguilar throws his first pitch of the inning for a ball inside to Alvarado. Yeah, AB's been a pretty big hitter in this cleanup spot. Let's see what he has to offer here as he hits one down the third base line, and it looks like it hit him first. So the umpire calls the ball dead as AB kind of walks it off over here. He gives him a second. Looking down the third base line here to get the signal. And he's back in the batter's box, digging in, ready for the second or the third pitch of the at-bat. Aguilar winds up and delivers high for ball 2, bringing the count to 2-1. 0 outs here. As we're just getting started, it's a light breeze out as the sun is kind of ducked behind a couple of clouds there. So we have a really good view here. As AB takes another pitch on the outside corner for ball 3. As the crowd yells out, "Good eye." Here's the delivery from Aguilar. High as AB is on with base on balls for his first at bat.
Good eye there by AB, not chasing pitches out of the zone on that particular at bat. And good to get a runner on base here to lead things off.
As that brings up, Payne Kernal. Oh, he's a good hitter. I like watching him hit, especially when it's somebody on base. As AB takes a small lead, the pitch is outside as Payne actually shows bunt but pulls it back for ball 1. AB isn't really taking a big lead over there. He's got a pretty small lead. As the second pitch is ready to be delivered out of the stretch by Aguilar. Payne Kernal swings hard, and unfortunately he swings over that ball, that fastball by Aguilar for strike 1.
Cameron, the other game on the Zap Network tonight is on the north side at Lamar. Bowie taking on Lamar, and Lamar's already up 2-0 in the second inning.
Here's the pickoff.
That
Small
attempt way
tag.
late. AB didn't even have to dive
Right.
on that one.
Yeah, I told you, he's not really taking. He's probably taking like a two-step walk-off lead here. Here's the pitch. Outside, and that's a good block there by Conejo.
Yeah. If you get one by you there, you're going to most likely give up a base to AB. He's not the fleetest of foot, but he could probably still make it down to second on a pass ball.
Right. Even with this short backstop, something like that probably, it was a curveball, so it probably would have caromed a little bit, as the fourth pitch is outside high for ball 3, bringing the count to 3-1. A hitter's count here for Payne Curnall.
Aguilar's having some trouble finding the zone here in the second inning.
As he tries to save this at bat. He throws it high. Payne had to duck out of that one a little bit, a little chin music, as he strolls down to first base and pushes AB over to second for the second base on balls this inning by Aguilar.
Yeah, 2 consecutive walks. You would expect the Colts are going to leave that bat resting on their shoulder and expecting Isaac Aguilar to come into the zone to them before they start swinging again.
Right, and that's the thing right now. Let's see what Quiros does here in this situation, because he is a big bat here in the number 6 hole.
Well, one of the questions is, will Coach Womack choose to play small ball or let Quiros swing away here?
Right, because he did actually have Payne Curnall attempt a bunt on his first pitch, but Quiros didn't do that here, as he takes strike 1 with a fastball, like he said, to the outside. I mean, if he does clip that outside corner, he's giving it to him. The blue is giving it to him there, as he takes a check at second.
There it is.
And the bunt is attempted.
He squared at it.
Yeah, he squared at it, but he did pull it back, but it was still a strike. So now Aguilar is up 0-2 in this count against the number 6 hitter, Quiros.
You don't expect Quiros to attempt another bunt here, because a bunted ball that goes foul with 2 strikes is an out. He is hitting away.
As he hits it to the second baseman, and the play is made, fielder's choice by King over to a 4-3 put out of Quiros, as he does advance the runners over to second and third.
You know, that's essentially as good as a bunt on that play.
Exactly. It's like almost like a sacrifice bunt in that situation. And then, you do want to do something. You want to hit behind the hitter so that they can't make any kind of play on the ball. So that was it's probably not the outcome he was looking for, as the next hitter, Colin Murphy, hits one and it drops as the first run scores. Payne Curnall tries to come around third to get a second run of the inning, and unfortunately is tagged out by a throw by Dennis out of left field.
So Abe Alvarado plates the first run for the Colts. Curnall out at the plate for the second out. Colin Murphy on with a base hit.
Left fielder number 8, Jacob Frias.
And the Colts are up 1-0.
Right, as Jacob Frias is up at the bat. Our left fielder in the left-handed batter's box here.
With the action to the plate, Murphy advantageously took off to first, and he throws a wild pitch to Aguilar, and Murphy goes over to third.
Absolutely, Murphy is a smart. Well, they actually took. Oh no, they didn't. No, they didn't. Yeah, he actually advanced over to third on the pass ball, and here's Aguilar against Frias for the second pitch inside, making the count 2-0 with 1 out here, or 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. As Frias swings and misses at a high fastball, bringing the count to 2-1.
I thought I felt the breeze on that swing, but it was just the natural breeze coming in from behind us here.
Yeah, he did
That was
swing.
a
He
bit-
took
that was
a
a big
big
cut.
cut. Yeah, he did. He took a big cut. He always takes big cuts, though. I mean, if he sees something he likes, he goes after it. As this ball is thrown inside, bringing the count to 3-1. Kind of skinned his jersey there. A little bit over belt high. As Aguilar has a man on third, base open. 2 outs here. Here's the pitch. Fouled to the backstop, bringing the count full. Yeah, Aguilar's trying to battle out of this inning with just giving up 1 run here. As we have Murphy sitting at third. I'm sure Frias wants to get this RBI here. As we take time.
Frias asked for time there. He thought Aguilar was taking a little bit too much time for him.
Mm-hmm. As he steps back in, ready for the payoff pitch. Aguilar in the stretch. Here's the pitch. Low in the dirt as Frias takes his base. I'm sure he did not want to do that. That's his third base on balls of the inning here. As now we have men on the corners for our DH, Cameron.
Ken has been injured for the first part of the year. He just came back to action last week for the Colts. Coming back to action in the DH spot. DHing for Simon Hercules tonight as Danny Bustamante bats for himself.
Here's a high pitch. Here's the throw, fake throw to second as Frias.
Frias takes off immediately and gets to second.
Absolutely. That's kind of a trick that they all kind of pull. You know, go ahead and get the second base over there, get that double play ball out. Or not even double play ball, but
get that second runner in scoring position here, and a base hit brings both of them home potentially.
Absolutely. As Cannon takes another ball here in the 9th spot. Here's the pitch. High.
Backs
again, another chin
there.
Music there.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure he's doing that on purpose. He's struggling with his control a little bit right now.
Right, you said that a couple of different times. I know he's been throwing it just a little bit out of control here. Here's the pitch. Again, same location as Quiros takes on a 3-0 count. Cambron, I apologize. I feel like I want to call him Cannon. I want to keep calling him Cannon.
Well, that's his name. Call him
Right.
Yeah. All right, bases are all juiced up, and here comes the coach, the pitching coach, to talk to his pitcher.
Right.
Got bases loaded, full of Colts here.
As we go to the top of the lineup, and Danny Bustamante looks to redeem himself for that fly out in the first inning.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just having a little bit of a conference out there.
Future Colt night here. We've got a lot of young Colt players in the stands and in the ball field. We had a lot of fun at the beginning of the ball game. If you happen to miss the festivities, we had a couple of young men throwing out some ceremonial first pitches. We had a virtual future Colt version of the dot race. We had 3 young Colts in different colored uniforms racing around the base paths. One in a green uniform, one in a white uniform, one in a black top, and I think the gray won tonight.
The gray did win.
So we're having some fun here tonight with a bunch of the future Colt players here at the ballpark tonight.
Number 18.
All right, here we go. Ready for Danny Bustamante. Take it away, Cameron.
Yeah, Aguilar's he got a little bit of a conference. Let's see if that works as Danny hits one hard to right field. Right to Sanchez, who gets the third out, and Aguilar strolls off of the field, getting that third put out to get him out of a little bit of a jam here.
But not before the Colts plate the first run of the game.
That's correct. We have a 1-0 score here for the Colts, in favor of the Colts, and this is high school baseball on Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more. Welcome back to Colt Field here in the heart of central Arlington.
as your Arlington Colts lead the Grand Prairie Gophers 1-0 here heading to the top of the third. And we'd like to remind you that the third inning is presented by Field Ops. Field Ops does more than just field markings. They also do commercial landscaping. Find out all John Kling can do by calling 817-908-2194. Field Ops, our third inning sponsor here on ZAP. And now I'm going to toss it back to our play-by-play announcer, Cameron Wilcox.
And welcome back to Colts baseball here as Bustamante is back on the mound, trying to go ahead and do the same thing that he did last inning and go 3 up, 3 down, as he leads off the inning with Brandon Peoples coming in as a left-handed hitter. On deck, Jalen Garcia, and swinging it back around to the top of the lineup, Saul Munoz in the hole. It's kind of quiet here as everybody's in anticipation of the first pitch here of the third, and it comes in hot for strike one.
Yep.
He definitely does not skip a beat when he goes out, and I know he's got a little bit of fire in him after his at bat there, as he comes in with another fastball for strike two.
You know, it was funny in the preseason action before district started, Danny struggled some and had some difficulty with his strike zone and his pace, but he worked all that out, and he just struck out the first batter of the third inning.
With 3 pitches. He's not playing, I told you. When he comes to work, he comes to work. And right now, he's already accounted for 4 putouts here on K's, helping himself out early on in this game. As we come to our next hitter, the number 9 hitter, Julian Garcia, our center fielder. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, ball 1. Like I said, he's hitting his spot, so
yeah.
I feel like even if that's low and outside, that's purely by design. As he throws another one here for ball 2.
A little bit up in the zone on that one. See if he can work his way back as he falls behind 2-0.
Right. This isn't a situation he's usually in, but see, he does something like that where he throws another one kind of high in the zone, and they chase it because it's such a hard thrown ball. They see it and they feel like they can catch up to it, bring the count to 2-2. As this one is hit high over the right field, as Payne Crenall makes a nice play on the ball out there for the first put out of the game. I mean, first put out of the inning. Or second put out of the inning.
That's where Bustamante's been hitting the ball, so we gave Crenall a little love out there.
Exactly, for the second out of the inning.
You got a helper over there.
Yeah,
Cameron.
I think he wants to dance a little bit. They were playing some music in between there.
The family atmosphere here at the ballpark, and about a 2-year-old toddler is helping out Cameron on his calling tonight.
Yeah, he's telling me that we're at the top of the lineup as Munoz steps into the batter's box and is ready for the delivery from Bustamante. Here's the pitch. Curveball inside, breaks hard as Munoz leaned out like he was going to hit him.
It came in looking like it was going to be inside, and it just broke across the table.
Yeah, you know when he gets that going, as he throws another pitch, and he's a little bit upset about it as he throws that one low in the dirt for ball 1. Bring the count to 1-1 with 2 down here in the top of the third. He gets the signal, winds up, curveball that swung on and missed by Munoz, bringing the count to 1-2. Like I said, when he gets his off-speed going and his breaking ball going, he is a very, very dangerous pitcher up there on the mound. Like I've been here, I've been in this stadium. I've seen him, across the district here, and every time I've seen him go, he goes a good distance, and he gets a couple of Ks in the mix there. As he gets one right here for the third out of the inning, as Munoz sits down for the Grand Prairie team, bringing the inning to an end here for high school baseball on ZAP Network, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe and Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab leaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
And welcome back here to Colts Baseball as we go into the bottom of the third inning, led off by Gannon Howard. The Colts actually tried to bat around in the last inning, and unfortunately they left 3 on. They're going to try and replicate that here and bring those runs around, I'm sure this time. Like I said, led off by Gannon Howard, followed by Axel Alvarado, and in the hole, A.B. Alvarado.
Yeah, that's one thing that the Colts need to be more mindful of is they need to get those clutch hits in situations where they've got runners in scoring position. When you've got 3 runners on base, 2 of them are in easy scoring position, the clutch hit would be very much more advantageous than leaving them all out there.
Right, as Gannon Howard is in for his second at-bat. Unfortunately, he K'd in his first at-bat as he takes one right to the hip here for the first pitch of the inning, and he strolls down. Doesn't look like he hurt him too bad. He strolls down to first base for
hit
the
by
first
pitch.
Right.
Yeah, he'll have a baseball-sized bruise on that hip as he takes one for the team here.
As Aguilar was already in a little bit of trouble in the last inning, and we see a change of fortune here as Bustamante goes 3 up, 3 down, and here in the bottom of the third, Aguilar has already hit a pitcher as he throws his first pitch for a ball to Axel Alvarado.
Yeah, Danny had that leadoff hit by pitch in the first inning that got around to third base, but he stranded him there, and then he's done 1, 2, 3 since then.
Yep. As Gannon Howard takes a small lead. Here's the pitch. He goes, and the throw is off as Gannon Howard slides in head first safely, stealing second base.
Good jump there by Howard on that. He made it easily. And here at Colt Field, we've got lots of dirt and lots of grass, and so the players, when they dive like that, they have proof now that they're actually in the ball game.
Yeah, way to get dirty out there,
Got that
Gannon.
dirty uniform.
Yeah, in that white uniform. Way to get dirty.
Turf is a drag because you don't get dirty.
Here's the pitch. High. And that's the thing. I think Aguilar, he's so worried about his location and he's kind of aiming a little bit. Man, Gannon has such a big jump on him because he didn't even check first, I don't think. He's checking him at second, though, and out of the stretch. Throws another ball. Oh no, he called that a strike.
That one looked a little high from where we're
I thought
sitting,
it was. I thought it was.
That home plate umpire has a better vantage point than we do.
Exactly. Bring the count to 3-1 as it looks like Axel was taking the whole time there.
Yeah, with a 3-0 count, your bat's resting on the shoulder for sure.
And here's the pitch for 3-1 as Axel hits it hard into the gap to left center, and that's going to bring Howard in for the second score of the game as Axel slides in the second for a slide-in double.
Just under the tag there at second base, a good hit out there to the gap and towards the 350 mark in the alley, and brings home Gannon Howard from second.
And that's something that I've grown to expect from Axel as he's being changed out for a pinch runner since he is the catcher. He's usually pitched out for number 14.
That's going to bring in number 14, Joel Gomez for the Colts, running for Axel.
And that's something, like I said, I expect him to always do that. He does that. If it's somebody on base and they're in scoring position, he usually brings them in, gaining himself another RBI and a double for the game. As AB steps in for his at-bat, and he takes a high fastball for ball one, as he's looking to do the same thing as his cousin has done.
Yeah, bring that runner in from second.
Exactly. As he takes the second pitch, which is an off-speed pitch for ball two.
Joel Gamma is running out there, one of the Colts' relief pitchers. We've seen him pitch quite a bit in the preseason and does a good job. AB, a relief pitcher as well.
Here's a strike on the inside corner.
AB came in relief in the Lamar game last week.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen Frias play a couple of position plays in the infield as well. As here's the pitch, hit down the third base line, as Frias is held, and Martinez makes the throw to first to retire AB down the line and hold the runner.
Really, yeah. I was going to say on that really good play there by Rodrigo Martinez, as he fielded the ball cleanly and then took a very definite look at Gamez, making sure he stayed at second base and then made the throw to first. Good play there by Rodrigo Martinez. We like to give props where they're due, and that was a good, solid, fundamental play.
As we go into the next batter here, Payne Kernal, bring the pain. Kernal.
He's got the wind at his back here.
Yeah.
If he can get one up in the
I've seen him do it.
In the jet stream. You saw it the other night.
I've seen him do it as well. I've seen him hit one hard over that left field wall.
It was a week ago at Lamar. He hit one.
He hits one now. The shortstop, as the play is
the
shortstop is actually throwing the ball to third for a rundown, as Gamez is tagged out at second. So they did get the lead runner there as the ball was hit in front of Gamez, and he tried to run over to third. And unfortunately, the shortstop, Munoz, makes the smart play there and throws to third and gets him in a pickle for the second out of the game.
So Payne Kernal will be on base at first on the fielder's choice. 2 outs, and that brings up Quiros.
As the pickoff play is tried. Light tag there over at just a check tag by Peoples. But Kernal is safe as he takes off on looks like a hit and run, and the ball goes out into the outfield as Payne moves over to third on the throw. Slide under the tag here.
Yep.
Safe. As he moves over to third, he's still second, and on an errant throw by Conejo, Garcia picks it up and tries to throw
a stolen base and an E2 on that.
Absolutely. As Payne Kernal now is on third, as Quiros is down 0-1 in the count, as he swings again and misses on a high fastball, about letter high for strike two. Bringing the count to 0-2, 2 down here in the bottom of the third, where the Colts have already plated another run, as Quiros takes one inside.
Lots of groans from the GB side.
A lot of groans.
They wanted that one.
But they call it a ball. 1-2 is the count here.
The up and down was good, but it was inside.
Yeah, it was a little inside. Here's the pitch. Outside as he chases.
Now he can
but
run.
He's running it out. And he
got it.
He outruns the pass ball on the swing strike 3 as Payne Kernal jogs across the plate.
Wow.
For the third score of the game.
Number 6, Colin.
That looks a little banana ballish there, where you swing and miss at a ball and you can run and get to the base. But
well, it made it to the backstop here, and Conejo he couldn't pick it up in time and make the play. And now we have Quiros at first, and we've gone on to Colin Murphy as he hits it to the shortstop. Shortstop makes a play, and he gets the third out of the inning. That was Munoz again making another put out of the inning, bringing the Colts batting try to an end. And this is high school baseball here on Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Welcome back to the top of the fourth inning, and we'd like to remind you that at the beginning of the fourth inning, it is presented by Trinity Logistics Services. Don't let hauling be a hassle. Trinity has dumpsters that fit any size project, and they drop off and pick up so you can focus on cleaning up for a win for your home or business. Call Chet Soto at 817-693-1302 for more information. The fourth inning presented by Trinity Logistics Services.
And welcome back here to Arlington Colt Stadium as Danny Bustamante goes into the top of the fourth here. No runs on the board, no hits on the board. The only blemish here is a hit by pitch in the first inning by Bustamante as he goes up against Austin Dennis leading off here. And in the batter's box, in the on deck circle, Isaac Aguilar. And in the hole, J.J. Conejo. I'm sure he's
Booster cruising through the last two innings.
And that's what I was just about to say as he delivers another fastball for a strike. Strike one here against the second hitter of the in the lineup.
Set the Gophers up and down 1-2-3 in the last two innings, and he's now ahead 0-2 to the leadoff batter here in the fourth.
As that one is fouled off into the parking lot where nobody should be parking.
All right.
That is the first two lanes there here at Colt Stadium in the parking lot there over the
But if your car
embankment.
does get hit by baseball-sized baseballs, we have an insurance company we know of. Chapman Cornelius Insurance can take care of you after this strikeout swinging by Austin Dennis.
All right, and that brings up Isaac Aguilar, our third hitter in the lineup.
They were talking about some baseball-sized hail up in Wichita Falls from those storms earlier today. We can have baseball-sized baseballs.
As Danny throws another strike swinging here to his opposing pitcher for strike one. And that's the thing right now, Danny has 6 strikeouts. I'm sure he's looking for 7 right here. As this one is hit hard to Murphy, Colin makes the throw over for the second put out of the game, of the inning. To Quiros, who throws it around, and I'm sure Danny's happy about that.
Catcher number 8, J.J. Conejo.
As we go to the next batter, our catcher, J.J. Conejo.
Conejo, one of those strikeout victims in his first at-bat tonight. Let's see what he can do here.
I'm sure he's looking to redeem himself. Absolutely. As he takes ball one from Danny. This one is hit high.
Foul.
Pop up down the right-hand side over here, right field line. Foul into the trees over here. Fresh ball out there to Danny as he's going and getting the sign into his windup. Throws another one, which is fouled into the screen here on the right side, bringing the count to 1-2. Like I said, he likes to get ahead in the count. 2 outs here as he looks for another K this inning to bring the count to 7. This one is fouled to the backstop.
Conejo does a good job there making contact to stay alive here, just tapping that ball. He was kind of fooled on the pitch, looking for a fastball. Reaches out, makes just enough contact to stay alive. We need a little Bee Gees music here.
As this one is hit hard to Hercules, and he lays it into right field. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll give him an error on that. I think that was a hard hit ball by Conejo.
It was off his glove.
Yeah.
I think that's an error.
You think he should have jumped on in front of it?
Sure. I mean, if you get your glove on the ball, it should have gone in it and made the play.
He did. He kind of olayed that one, and it went out there. It was a hard hit ball, though. And now Danny's going out of the stretch here to Rodrigo Martinez, the number 5 hitter, as Conejo takes a nice lead over there at first. Here's the pitch in the dirt. Conejo is moving over as the ball scoots away from Alvarado. As he shakes his head, he knows he had a chance of catching that one. Unfortunately, he tried to backhand it, and it carried away from him. Now we have a man in scoring position here for Martinez as he takes the next pitch, sitting at 1-0. As this one is framed by Alvarado for strike one, bringing the count to 1-1. And no, he stepped. Well, the ball hit him, but it looks like he stepped into it.
No, it was fouled. It was fouled off the bat.
Oh, was it a bat?
Yeah.
Okay.
He kind of half swung at it, and it ricocheted off his bat for 1 and 2.
Right, bringing the count to 1 and 2 here. This is a situation that Danny likes to be in, I'm sure. We've kind of seen it all game as Alvarado fixes itself and blue takes time.
Yeah, one thing about Bustamante, he's always been attacking the zone. No matter what the count is, he's still in there, pumping that thing in there.
Absolutely. He makes quick work, too. He doesn't take a lot of time, not a lot of wasted motion. As this one is hit hard out into left field for a base hit. And then Frias actually boots it, and that brings Conejo around for a score.
Wow. I'm going to give golly, that's a base hit to Martinez. And I'm going to put an E7 on the baseline between third and home. He may or may not have scored on that if Frias had played it cleanly.
Exactly.
But there is a run on the board for Grand Prairie. It's 3-1 now. Colts still in the lead here in the top of the 4th, but that's misplayed ball in left field.
And that's the second misplayed ball of the day is Danny
of the inning.
Of the inning, I mean. And Danny throws over to first. He thought that he had him picked off over there. As he delivers to the plate this time. And a big cut by Jordan King for strike one. Yeah. Here's the pickoff move again. Tag placed on by Quiros. But Martinez is safe. Danny takes a look, throws towards the plate, high for ball one. Yeah, there was a couple of plays here where I think that they would have been out of that inning. You know, Hercules makes a play.
The base hit very easily could have brought that runner in from second.
Right. As this one is popped up high towards Quiros, he runs over to the Hercules, and Quiros are over there. Unfortunately, I couldn't see what was going on.
Hercules gets the out. The umpire gave the out.
Okay, you seen him.
You got to watch the umpire.
I was looking for him. I promise I was.
Got to watch the umpire, and he gives the out.
For the third out of the inning.
So that'll take us to commercial. Take it away, Cam.
All right. Well, this is high school baseball presented by John Wade Roofing.
When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
Welcome back to Colt Field for the middle of the 4th inning. The 4th inning stretch is brought to you by Modern West Windows. As we see how these final innings unfold, Modern West invites you to see the difference new windows can make in your home. Visit modernwestwindows.com to learn more about the sponsors of the ZAP 4th inning stretch. Back to Cameron Wilson for the Colt half of the 4th inning here.
Right, here we are back for the bottom of the 4th inning here as Jacob Frias steps up. Like I said, he was swinging hard in that first at bat. Unfortunately, fortunately, he got on a base on balls, and he got stranded at second base. But he's looking to duplicate that here, possibly get himself a hit against Aguilar, who's still in the game with three runs on the board. Here's the pitch. Frias fakes a bunt here for ball 1.
Frias is batting left-handed, so he's got that advantage being closer to first base in that right-handed box there. Tries to bunt and get a base hit here to lead off the inning, but just missed it.
As the second pitch
is the strategy involved in why the left-handed batter would be
like
bunting.
a nice little drag bunt. Yeah. As he takes ball 2. Here's the pitch. Inside. Yeah, they're definitely trying to make him throw a strike here in these situations. He's already given up about 3 base on balls and been struggling to find his spot. So here we go, 3-0 as Frias takes a base on balls as he felt like he was taking that whole time there.
On 3-0 you take all the way.
Right.
Yeah. Got to make him come into the zone.
As we go to the number 9 hitter, the DH, Cameron.
Cannon got one of those walks in his first at bat earlier in the ball game.
Absolutely. He's a big, stout guy, right-hand hitter here. As they make a play over to first base, Aguilar does. He tries to pick him off here, and the ball gets dropped.
Yeah, the umpire made a signal. He was pointing to the ground. The ball trickled out of the glove over there, out of Brandon Peoples'
It was really close play, actually, against Frias, as the pitch is made towards the plate this time for strike 1. Aguilar is watching over there at first, as he's had a couple of people steal on him, a couple of Colts players steal on him already. Here's the pickoff play again as Frias dives in safely. Trying to keep him honest over there. As Frias takes a nice size lead. Here's the pitch. And Frias goes. He's down. Cameron's off of the second base here as Frias dives in safely as he gets dirty.
Yeah.
In the dirt, like we say here, sliding head first.
Yeah,
as he steals second.
Shortstop Solomon Yee's not able to handle that low throw from Conejo, and it skips away. The Colts have a runner in scoring position now here with nobody out.
As Cannon is ready to go here. He hits one right up the middle as King makes the play.
That's an out.
Yeah, for the first out of the inning.
Pitcher number 4, Danny Bustamante.
But it does push Frias over to third. So any kind of big hit, infield or outfield, a fly ball would bring him in and put another insurance run on the board for the Colts. And back to the top of the order here. Just the man to do it.
Danny Bustamante steps in for his third try at Aguilar and takes the first pitch. An outside off-speed pitch for strike 1.
Two straight fly balls to right field for Busta. Looking to straighten one out and put it in a gap here.
It's hit short and shallow. Oh, as Frias dives in safe at third. He gets caught in a pickle on a short hit ball by Bustamante as Bustamante makes it to first, and Frias gets caught in a pickle, but ends up getting back to third safely.
It was a suicide squeeze attempt. Bustamante lays down the bunt, and Frias hesitated because the play was made to the pitcher, and the pitcher looked to third instead of first.
Right.
But as it turns out, all hands are safe. Runners at the corners here. had the bunt been pushed to the first base side, they would have had more of a chance to get that runner in from third.
As Bustamante steals second easily on the fake throw by Conejo, bringing the Colts runners to second and third here for Gannon Howard, who already has an RBI in this game. Here's the pitch, outside. Bringing the count to 1-1 with one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Aguilar in the windup now. Pitch is hard. It goes through the gap here of second, shortstop and third as Frias scores, and Bustamante moves over to third on the hit on the RBI by Gannon Howard, putting Colts players at first and third on the corners as the hot bat of the Colts here. Third batter here, Axel.
Yeah. And that's one of the things.
Alvarado.
That's one of the things we talked about earlier is clutch hits with runners in scoring position. And the Colts are doing that right now.
Still just one out as as Aguilar fakes over to third. Bustamante doesn't move. Aguilar back into the stretch as Gannon Howard takes a small lead. He dives back in as Aguilar makes a move over to first.
Yeah, I saw him go to first, and I took a look down at third to see what Busta was doing. Coach Womack keeping him close.
Keeping him close.
With one out, you want to keep that runner in scoring position because even a long fly ball would get him home.
And here's the pitch. Call strike.
And there goes the runner to second. Aguilar thought about throwing down there and then thought better of it.
Well, Gannon was kind of messing around in the base path there, trying to goad him a little bit, trying to make him kind of throw it and see what he's going to do. But he threw it back to Aguilar, and Aguilar kind of turned around, and Gannon scooted on over to second. Now we have a man on second and third as Axel takes another strike here, making the count 0-2. With two men in scoring position. One out. As he swings at a low fastball in the zone for strike three. Bringing up the cleanup hitter, number 20, A.B. Alvarado. Two down here. Big spot for him. As we have two runners in scoring position as Bustamante
just switched out with a
right
runner number 10 down there. Jacob Golden running for the Colts at third. Jacob Golden.
Back in the windup is Aguilera as he throws a strike on the outside corner to A.B.
Bustamante going to take a little time in the dugout to get his hat and his head back on straight to go back out to the mound.
Right, as A.B. got caught in a rundown in third and then also flied out. He's looking to put some runs on the board here with two outs for the Colts. Aguilera gets the sign. Here's the pitch. High as A.B. hits it hard right back at the pitcher, but the second baseman makes the play for the final out of the inning as A.B. is put out on a 4-3 ground out to the second baseman for the third out of the inning. And that brings us to the end of our fourth inning here. And this presentation is brought to you, this high school baseball presentation is brought to you by Zap Network and presented by John Wade Roofing.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com. Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe and Peak can help your home.
Welcome back to the top of the 5th inning here from Colt Field. The Colts tack another run on in the bottom of their half of the inning. And the new score is 4-1 Arlington heading into this top of the 5th. Colts will be sending the bottom of their order, the 7, 8, 9 hole hitters. The Gophers sending their bottom 3. Amir Sanchez leading off. Brandon Peoples on deck. Jalen Garcia in the hole. The 7, 8, 9 hitters for Grand Prairie here as Danny Bustamante is on for his 5th inning of work. Danny currently with 6 strikeouts to his credit in tonight's ball game, seemingly in pretty good control. They did give up a run in that last half inning on a base hit error combination. There were 2 errors in the field on that last half inning, and one of the balls booted in left field. I don't know. The base hit could have scored that runner from second, but it certainly made it easier on him to get in. And the Gophers get their 1 run on the board.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that, I think that they possibly would have gotten a run out of that if they would have beaten out the throw. But unfortunately, Frias made booted that hard hit ball to him, that hard hit fly ball to him, and it resulted in a Gopher run.
Over on the other side of town at Lamar Field, in the bottom of the 5th, it's still Lamar 2, Bowie 0. Very close ball game there as the leadoff batter, Amir Sanchez, taps this one foul to the right side.
Yeah, he got the bat off his shoulder this time. The first time he was up to bat, it was three pitches for 3 strikes.
That ball a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to the leadoff batter, Sanchez. Next pitch down and low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes here.
Like you said,
This one's hit to the center field. Circling under it is Gannon Howard. Brings it in easily for the first out. The F8 is 1 away, and that'll bring up Brandon Peoples. Peoples so far tonight in his first at bat struck out to Danny Bustamante. Left-handed batter looks at the first pitch, and it's a called strike 1. Swung on and missed as that one's foul tipped straight into the glove of Axel Alvarado, and the count runs to 0-2.
Like I said, he gets right to it. He doesn't pause up. He doesn't wait. And here's the
swung on and missed. Bustamante gets strikeout number 7.
It's almost as if he gets stronger as he gets deeper in the
number 15, Jalen Garcia.
innings here.
That'll bring up the number 9 hole hitter with 2 outs in the inning, Jalen Garcia. Garcia flew to Kernal his last time at bat. First pitch to him, curveball drops in there for strike 1. Danny's got some good movement on that breaking pitch tonight.
He's got a K in each inning he's pitched here.
Same pitch, same result, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Jalen Garcia.
Trying to add another one. And
straight fastball, hits that outside corner, and Garcia goes down looking at 3 straight pitches on the backwards K, and that'll set the Gophers down here in the top of the 5th. We'll step aside and take a little break. This is Colt Baseball, brought to you by Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back after this.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Con un amplio y auténtico menú, satisface tus antojos o prepara tu próximo evento con nosotros. Visítanos todos los martes para disfrutar de Taco Tuesday con 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrar sucursales cercanas o hacer pedidos en línea, visita taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Welcome back to the Colt half of the 5th inning, and we've got a pitching change.
Aguilar.
New pitcher coming down the pipe during the break. If your pipes break, be sure to call Caleb Renfro at Pipe and Peak Plumbing at 817-807-7069. A between-inning pitching change brought to you by Pipe and Peak Plumbing. Who's our new pitcher on the mound, Cameron?
That would be Dennis. That is going to be the left fielders brought in. Austin Dennis, number 0.
Austin Dennis on the mound. That'll close out the night for Isaac Aguilar. We'll get the spyglass after the left fielder and see who's taken over in left field for Dennis. See if we can see that far out there.
Number 15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
15 in left field for the Gophers will be another player that was already in the lineup. Jalen Garcia moves from center to left. Now we got to look at the center fielder.
That's Aguilar, the pitcher.
Is it Aguilar?
That is.
All right, so a three-way switch here. Aguilar now playing center field from the mound. Austin Dennis coming in from left field. And I've already forgotten Garcia.
Number 15, Jalen Garcia, moving from center field over to left field.
All right. Coming up for the Colts here, the 5, 6, 7-hole hitters. Payne Kernall leading off. Corbin Quiros on deck. Colin Murphy in the hole to start things off here in the bottom of the 5th with the Colts up 4-1.
Yeah, Payne has already scored twice. I'm sure he's trying to get a third one here.
Dennis is stretching. His first pitch is a curveball that never breaks. It's ball 1.
He's a lefty, too.
I like my lefties. I'm a lefty.
Yeah, I know.
Southpaw on the mound here. Another curveball that never breaks, ball 2. He's releasing it too high, and it's not breaking by the time it gets to the batter. 2-0 count here. That one gets in the zone. He finally snaps that one off, and it drops in the zone for a called strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike on the leadoff batter here, Payne Kernall. Kernall jacked a home run at Lamar a week ago tonight to tag on a few insurance runs. That curveball breaks outside. Count runs to a 3-1 hitters count here. Kernall with a 2-run shot at the Vikings field to put a little emphasis point on that ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Umpire thought about that one.
He thought about it.
He thought about bringing that one up, but he said, nope, that curveball was too far outside.
Right.
And Kernall takes a break, takes a walk here to lead off the 5th inning.
First baseman number 24, Corbin Kittle.
I used to love, as an umpire, calling pitchers that had motion on their balls like that. I used to love a knuckleball.
Mm-hmm.
Knuckleball pitchers were fun to watch because you have to wait till the very last minute to make any kind of a call, and that's what our home plate umpire here did. That on that curveball, waited and made his mind up finally.
Funny story about that. I actually love knuckleball pitchers too.
Yeah.
Only home run I ever hit was off a knuckleball pitcher.
Off a knuckleballer.
Yeah,
Wow,
it hung in the zone. I hit it. I hit it right center. Mm-hmm.
First pitch to Quiros is a called strike 1. Throw over to first base. It was a snap throw. He kind of did the motion of moving his left foot off the pitcher's plate and throwing at the same time. Very, very tricky there. Got to make sure that plate foot is disengaged before you throw. And another throw over. Watch that foot and see if he's actually disengaging before he throws over there. Because if he does not, that's a balk.
You know, when I played, that's another thing. When we played against lefties, my coach,
see, that's a definite move. That right foot could be interpreted as almost coming home on that play based on his every time throw.
We had something called a walking steal. As soon as he moved, we go.
Now, see that kick, he's definitely coming home. Quiros squares to bunt and misses it for strike 2.
Right, against a lefty, you take 2 steps off. As soon as he goes to throw, it doesn't matter where he goes. As soon as he moves, you go.
Dennis up 0-2 here. High kick is the indication. He's got a short kick that he goes to first with. He's got that high kick up to his head height there that comes home. That pitch was a ball 1.
He'll also just step off.
Yes.
Like he'll do that step off. That's what he did the first 2 times.
That one hits Quiros at the plate. That'll push the runner at first, Kernal down to second, and put 2 runners on the hit by pitch. Runners at first and second, that'll bring up Colin Murphy to the plate.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. He kind of had Quiros in a pitcher's count, but he's so worried about that first base runner, I think.
Well, and his motion changed that last pitch. He had a real low, no leg kick to the plate, and he threw it in the dirt.
Exactly.
Murphy shows bunt right away as Coach Womack looking to play small ball here, and he calls time, and the umpire grants it, even though Dennis was already in his windup. That's tough on the pitcher.
Well, he was turned around, checking second.
Yeah. Dennis comes set. Quiros already squared. Pulls the bat back as the pitch is really high. I'm sorry, this is Murphy squaring to bunt here.
Well, they're trying to make him get it in the zone. He's not really found the zone yet. I mean, he hit one batter, he walked another batter, and now he's already down 1-0.
Murphy squares the bunt, lays this one down up the first base side. The first baseman is right there. Did he actually tag him? The umpire has not ruled.
He dropped it.
He's
dropped
safe
the
at
ball.
first base on the run by. Peoples unable to apply the tag there, and Murphy on with a infield hit bunt.
Left fielder number 8.
So that puts runners at all 3 bases. Bases full of Colts here with nobody out in the inning. Kernal down to third, Quiros at second, Murphy at home at the first base, and Frias at the plate. First pitch to him is a called strike 1. Looked a little bit low.
That looked a little bit low in that incidence there.
Quiros technically no at bats tonight with 2 walks. No official at bats. That ball high for ball 1. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Got a walk and stole a base both times. Scored last inning for the 1 Colt run.
Dennis isn't doing himself any favors here.
That ball's chopped down to first base, over people's head and into right field. Here comes the runner from third. Kernal's going to score. Second runner comes across the plate in Quiros, and the Colts plate 2 on that wild bouncer that goes high over people's head at first base and into right field.
He actually misplayed it, too. That's why he didn't make a throw.
That's going to push Murphy all the way over to third. And Frias takes up residence at first base, and the Colts put 2 more runs on the board here. A little bit insurance runs here in the late innings, and that'll bring up Cannon Cambrone, the designated hitter. Runners at the corners and no outs. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Surprised Frias isn't going on the first pitch, but he's still hanging around first base.
Well, that lefty's been making kind of some weird moves over the first, so.
Dennis comes set. Takes a look at first. The 1-0 pitch. Curveball hits the zone for. The throw was actually all the way down to second base. The runner at third, Murphy, holds. And Frias is in at second on a stolen base.
Yeah, I don't think that they were even really trying to make the play at second, because the throw was actually a little bit off the bag, ready to.
Cambrone takes a big cut at that one for a 1 ball, 2 strike count on him now.
Like they were looking to throw to home.
Colts with 2 runners in scoring position here with nobody out. Curveball drops in and called strike 3. Looked a little outside and high to me, but the umpire is the man with the decision. And Cam Brown down on the looking strikeout.
Well, anything close is what they say, right?
Yep, got to protect the plate with 2 strikes on you. That brings us back to the top of the order, and Danny Bustamante.
Looking to help out his own cause here.
First pitch from Dennis. Curveball swung on, hit out down the left field line, foul. Bustamante out in front of that one just a little bit.
Yeah, he was anticipating that that off speed there.
That ball went over the left field fence into one of the neighbors' backyard. And the catcher, J.J. Conejo, wants to talk to his pitcher and make sure they've got their signs correct, as the battery has changed here in this inning. I want to make sure they've got everything on the same page. Conejo trots back to the catcher's plate. And we're about ready to go here. Coach Womack takes a moment to talk to his batter / pitcher. And everybody's reset and we're ready to go here.
That's the thing. Danny is a really good hitter up there, too. I think he might hit the ball hard somewhere, at least put it in play.
Womack wants to make sure the runner at third tags up if need be. First, that next swing by Busta is a big, wide arcing swing for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes as Dennis works ahead in the count here on Danny Bustamante, his pitching counterpart now. Dennis coming in from left field this half inning to take over on the mound. Swung on another curveball. Danny's out in front of those curveballs. They're slow and they're looping, and Danny's swinging just a little bit early and pulling him down the left field line. Count stays 0-2.
If he can straighten that out, he's hitting it really hard. He's hitting it real hard. If he can straighten that out, gap it somewhere, that's going to score those 2 runs, guaranteed.
He's going to size it up and get his timing right. Dennis is throwing a lot of curveballs. That's his main pitch. That curveball is outside and low for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bustamante.
Looking to bring those 2 runs around. Couple of cheers here from the crowd.
This one's skied to the left side. Will it go out or will it stay in? Nope, it's going to go foul. Hits off the concrete. Look out over there, fans.
Towering.
Yeah, that one came down with a thud. Fortunately, it was the thud of the concrete and not somebody's noggin.
Yeah, I think it hit the light pole. Yeah.
Hit the light pole. Okay.
Yeah, it was high up there.
He couldn't do that again if he tried it.
Probably not.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Like I said, he's hitting it hard. He's just trying to, if he straightens it out, it's going to be trouble for that Gopher team out there.
Low and outside as the Grand Prairie fans moan and groan. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bustamante.
I know they felt like that one had gotten called before. I know they felt that way. A little further outside than probably some of the other ones, though.
Dennis comes set for the 2-2 pitch. Inside this time. Count runs full. Danny's worked it full after being down 0-2.
That's what a good hitter does.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the inning. Runner at second and third for the Colts. Dennis set and ready for the payoff pitch. Curveball swung on and tipped at the into the glove. Strikeout for Bustamante.
Center fielder number 2, Gannon Howard.
That brings us to Gannon Howard with 2 outs in the inning and 2 runners on.
That's what you call a change of speed. He had threw him a couple of curveballs early on in the at bat, and then came back with a couple of fastballs low and changed the tempo on him, and then went back to that pitch that she had said that he was throwing, that curveball.
Yep, the curveball finally got him.
Exactly.
First pitch to Howard is low for ball 1. 2 outs in the inning now. Still 2 Colts out there in scoring position. This one's popped up in the infield. This one might come down on top of our tent here.
I got it. Oh, it's a little further back.
Okay, out into the parking lot. 1 ball, 1 strike on Howard. Got a base hit last time, made it as far as third base. Did his pinch runner, Mr. Golden. Dennis comes set. The 1-1 offering. Curveball that hangs high. 2 balls, 1 strike on Gannon Howard. Still 2-0 up at Lamar. They're in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, Murphy is looking at those high fastballs like it go by. Looks like he's ready to.
That one swung on and hit to left field, high in the air, back to the fence. But at the fence is Jalen Garcia, fresh into the game to make the 3rd out of the inning on the F7. And Gannon Howard and the Colts are retired here, but not before they plate 2 more runs. The score heading into the top of the 6th inning, Arlington 6, Grand Prairie 1. We'll step aside and visit our sponsors. This is High School Baseball, brought to you by Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more. Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe & Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab leaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
Welcome back to the top of the 6th inning here from Colt Field in the heart of Arlington, Texas. Danny Bustamante on the mound for his 6th inning of work. And there are a couple of defensive changes for Coach Womack and the Colts here. Adam Tyara comes in to play third base for AB. AB may be going, check out the bullpen, Cameron, down the left field line. See if AB's down there warming up a little bit in the bullpen. So AB goes out, Adam Tyara in at third. And the first base change, Noah Cifuentes in at first base for the Colts now defensively.
Yeah, I see Gamez down there warming
Is it Gamez?
up. I see Gamez down there warming up right now.
I thought they might have taken Abe out to get him warmed up, but Gamez makes sense. Just in case Bustamante starts to flag a little bit here.
Right.
He's got 7, 8, 9 strikeouts now.
Leading off this inning for Grand Prairie, number 12, Giovanni.
1, 2, 3,
I have 8.
4, 5, 6, 7.
I have 8.
You have 8?
Yes, sir. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth.
7, 8. 8 makes sense. Grand Prairie sending up their 7, 8, 9 batters. Amir Sanchez leading off in his first hit, hitting to the right field, is going to drop and go all the way to the coffin corner. Payne Cornell chasing it down. He gets to it very quickly and fields it well back into second base and holds Amir Sanchez to a single. Leadoff single here for the Gophers brings up Brandon Peoples. No, it doesn't. This is not Brandon Peoples. This is number 0, Austin Dennis, batting in the 8th spot.
No, we were at the top of the lineup.
That was Muniz. Okay. That's why he's up at bat. Muniz gets the base hit.
Right.
Peoples at bat. Dennis at bat. Struck out his last time at bat. Bustamante comes set with one runner at first. Curveball swinging and missed by Dennis. Strike 1. Pitcher on pitcher here. Throw over to first, and the Colt fans wanted the out call. The field umpire rather emphatically says that Muniz
He
gets back.
won a game. He get him. You better be on your toes over there at first against Danny. Against Bustamante, he has got a quick move. He's got a slow move, quick move.
Curveball breaks outside that time, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, you better be on your toes over there. If you're leaning a little bit, he will. He's got a really quick move over there, and I've seen him put out probably about 4 or 5 guys over there.
Swung on a miss. Throw down to first by Alvarado. Runner back safely. Batter has the count of 1 ball and 2 strikes on him after a big swing by Austin Dennis there. Throw over to first, and the umpire says nope.
He definitely makes it interesting,
Well,
though.
they're not only keeping the runner on his toes, they've got the field umpire on his toes out there too, making some close calls. Pitch home, swung on and missed for the strikeout. Now I can put that 9th strikeout back on my Danny Bustamante list. 9 on the night for Bustamante, 1 out in the inning, and that'll bring up Isaac Aguilar, now the center fielder for the Gophers. Another thrower to first. Noah Cifuentes puts the palms up like, what do we got to do to get this out over here? He thinks they're getting them.
Well, Munoz is very lackadaisical over there, getting back to that bag.
Pitch home is swung on and fouled back into the netting behind the plate for strike 1. Bowie's got a runner on first with 2 outs. They're running out of time up there at Lamar Field. Lamar trying to keep pace in that 3rd spot in the district playoffs. Have not seen an update on the Martin-Sam game. Pitch from Danny. Heater, throw by Axel into right field. Muniz is going to trot down to second base. Ball went into dead territory. The runner is awarded third base because the rule from the umpires is 1 from the mound, 1 base from the mound, 2 bases from the field. Axel Alvarado is technically from the field, so when Axel throws the ball and it goes into a dead zone area, the batter is awarded 2 extra bases after the ball goes dead. It's a lot of explanation for a simple play.
Well, he threw it a little bit high to the outside, and unfortunately, Cifuentes couldn't get his mitt on it, and it sailed out there in the right field. And Cornell was on his horse trying to back it up, and unfortunately, it went into, like you said, a dead zone, moving Munoz over to third.
The game at Lamar is final. Corbin Quesada, who we saw pitch last week for Lamar, had 11 strikeouts against Bowie, and Lamar wins 2-0.
Well, that was close.
It was. Bowie just couldn't generate any runs tonight, which has been a problem for them much of the year, unfortunately. Isaac Aguilar with a 2-1 count at the plate.
As we see a little bit of action down there in the bullpen.
That ball's hit to the gap. Gannon Howard really on his horse, and he's going to get there and make the out. The runner tags at third and comes in. He's going to score. Saul Muniz, after making it all the way to third on the error throw by Axel Alvarado, scores on that hit. The F9 for the 2nd out of the inning, and that brings up J.J. Conejo.
Well, I mean, he hit it to the gap, so, you know, it was going to be a difficult throw for Howard anyway on the tag.
Yeah.
But
good play by Gannon Howard to track that one down.
Exactly.
First pitch to J.J. Conejo, the catcher for the Gophers.
Yeah.
A little bit outside for ball one.
To his glove hand. That was a nice play to his glove hand, actually.
That pitch catches the corner for a called strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Conejo. One pitch coming from Busta. Curveball tapped at the plate, foul to the left side. Danny's ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Scoreboard's a little bit behind, but John Ethan Wilson, our producer, has got it right.
That's what I was going to say. Our score bug is always on point.
1 ball, 2. That curveball breaks a little too early and into the dirt. Count evens 2-2.
As Alvarado gets a little bit of practice behind the plate. Staying lively back there.
Heater gets him swinging, sets him down for strikeout number 10 for Danny Bustamante on the night. And that's it for the top of the 6th inning as the Gophers plate 1 run on a base hit and an error and a sacrifice fly. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The new score, Arlington 6, Grand Prairie 2. We'll step aside and visit our sponsors that help keep us on the air. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Rummy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Rummy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
Welcome back to Colt Field for the Colt half of the 6th inning. Colts lead 6-2, and will be sending up their 3, 4, 5-hole hitters to the plate this half inning. Axel Alvarado leading off. His cousin, Abe Alvarado, is on deck, and Payne Kernal is in the hole to start things off here in the 6th inning. Austin Dennis is on the mound again for the Gophers for his 2nd full inning of work. As he finishes up his warm-up pitches here to J.J. Conejo, his battery mate. The southpaw finishes up, and Conejo throws it down to second, and we're ready to play some ball here.
Leading off for the Colts, catcher number 5, Axel Alvarado.
Alvarado with a double to his credit in the 3rd inning tonight. But he was caught in a rundown. His pinch runner, Gamez, was caught in a rundown.
Yeah, and a pickle.
I haven't heard that term before.
What, a pickle?
I've never heard that term. I know being in a pickle is being in a tight spot, but I haven't heard it referred to in a rundown.
Yeah,
Called strike to Alvarado to start things off.
When we were young, that's what we called it. We used to play a game called pickle.
Okay.
And that's a
Is
rundown.
it similar to pepper?
I don't know. Pepper is when you move in close with each other.
Oh, okay.
Like hot potato, something like that.
That curveball misses according to the home plate umpire. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike on the leadoff batter, Axel Alvarado. Learn something new. That ball swung on a hit hard to second base. Jordan King makes the play, throws to first, and gets the out. That is not Jordan King.
That's what I was trying to.
Well, we never confirmed it.
Right.
It's number 12, Giovanni Alvarado. We try to keep up with these things, but we just can't keep up all the time. So give credit to Alvarado on that out.
Right, because I feel like they moved King to over to second base.
That curveball pitch hits the outside corner to AB for a called strike one.
I mean, King over to shortstop, I think.
That ball is flared to the right side and right into the glove of first baseman Brandon Peoples. Just a little pop over there to first base. I'm going to put a P3 on that one, and that's the second out of the inning.
Right fielder number 17.
That'll bring up Payne Kernall.
Right.
He got 2 walks to his credit, got on base, and scored a run in the third inning after getting on base on a fielder's choice. Fielder's choice, stolen base, error to get him to third, and then he got in on the run. And this ball's hit to the right side. Peoples fields it, tries to toss it to Dennis at first, and Dennis makes the play for the out. So it's a 3-1 put out for the third out of the inning. The Colts go very quietly here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll step aside to visit our sponsors. This is Colt Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
Colorman Cameron Wilcox doing the air drums on the PA announcer playing the tune Soldiers. Cameron feeling it here in the top of the 7th inning as the Gophers need to feel something here to get back in this ball game, or we're going to be done here. 6-2 heading into the top of the 7th inning, and the Gophers will be sending their 5, 6, 7 hole hitters to the plate. Rodrigo Martinez leading off. Jordan King on deck, and Amir Sanchez, the right fielder, in the hole to get things started. Danny Bustamante to the mound for his 7th inning of work. Danny with 10 strikeouts to his credit on the night.
Yeah, he may be coming close to his pitch count, so if he makes short order here, he'll get him a complete game.
First pitch is a called strike one to Rodrigo Martinez.
We said that before. Blues been pretty consistent on that strike zone.
Curveball slapped to the right side. It's going to go foul into foul territory. Count quickly 0-2 on the leadoff batter, Martinez. Martinez made a really good defensive play earlier in the game where a ball was tapped out to him. He looked at the runner back at second base and made the play. Good fundamentals by him on defense tonight. Not so much at the plate. Single last time at bat. And there's another single. I had to say it, the announcer's jinx, as he gets 2 singles in a row here, back to back. Good solid shot into right center field. And the Gophers have their first runner aboard here in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Jordan King.
Hit the ball both times to Hercules over there at second.
Pitch over to throw over to first base. Runner dives back in safely after the tag from Noah Cifuentes. Bustamante's throw home. Curveball swung on and missed by King. Bustamante's 0-1 pitch. called. Strike 2 in that outside corner. Bustamante working ahead to 0-2. Throw over to first. Runner back in safely.
Yeah, the Grand Prairie crowd over here is trying to tell King what's going on, scooting him to the game.
0-2 pitch home. Swung on and chopped down to right over Cifuentes' head into right field for a base hit. Gophers have 2 back-to-back base hits here. We'll see if that gets any action in the Colt bullpen.
Well, Frias was already up. Not Frias,
Gamez.
but Gamez was already up, so he may be warm already, ready to go if need be.
No visit by the Colt coaching staff here, as Bustamante has plenty of padding here with the 4-run lead here. Brings up Amir Sanchez. 2 runners on, nobody out here for Busta. First pitch is a called strike 1 in the outside corner. He still seems to have the velocity and the location. The Grand Prairie's just
Catching
getting some
up
good
with
hits.
it. Yeah, I was about to say that pop is still there in that Alvarez glove, catcher's mitt. I mean, you can hear it back here. It's still popping it. See?
Yeah, that one a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Sanchez. Danny wants a new ball. Umpire trades out with Axel Alvarado. Danny takes a look at this one and goes, yep, that one will work. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Yeah, Hercules is playing a little deep in the hole over there at second.
Danny swings his leg around and feigns a throw to second. Gets
Positive.
Martinez to go back.
Yeah, positive they're looking for that double play ball.
Pitch home. High and way out of the zone as that one gets away from Bustamante, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Here comes Coach.
Womack comes out for a mid-batter conference with his ace here late in the ball game. We'll see what happens. The entire infield comes in for the conference. They're either giving Danny some time to settle down and or talking what the defensive play is for sure here with 2 runners on and nobody out. Take the sure outs would be probably what Womack is saying here. Settle down and don't worry about the runners, Danny. Get the batter at the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Conference breaks up, and Danny is still on the mound. We'll continue the at-bat here with Amir Sanchez having a 2 ball and 1 strike count.
Yeah, they're saying either a pop fly, you know, or hit it hard, you know, hit a ground or something.
The infield fly rule's in effect, so a pop fly would be an automatic out and a dead ball.
Right.
The 2-1 pitch, low and outside. Axel throws down to second. They might have a chance.
Ooh. That was a play.
Got him at second base.
That was a play by
Muniz strayed a little too far off. I'm sorry, that's Martinez out there. Martinez strayed too far off the base, and Axel Alvarado nails him. 3 balls and 1 strike at the plate. Throw over to first.
That
one's
double
back
up.
safe. Yeah, that one's back. Let's get a double play.
He's trying to double it up.
The unique way here. King still over at first base.
I heard
Sanchez, 3-1 count here.
I heard of manufacturing runs. I ain't never heard of manufacturing outs.
That one sails too high, and Sanchez draws the walk.
Number 11, Brandon.
That'll push King down to second base in scoring position. 2 runners on. Coach Womack stays in the dugout, and Brandon Peoples steps into the plate. Third base line quickly 0-2.
Something in the dirt, maybe.
No ball, 2 strike count coming here from Busta.
He liked whatever he got there.
He's looking at King at second. Comes home. A little bit high, sails high. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the first baseman, Brandon Peoples.
Trying to make a comeback here.
Curveball, strike 3.
That is not the way to do
Brandon
it, though.
Peoples goes down looking. And there's 2 outs in the inning.
Number 15.
Gophers are down to their last batter. Unless he gets on base here, Jalen Garcia. 0 for at the plate tonight, a fly to right and a strikeout. And 2 outs in the inning with 2 runners on.
As Danny rings up his 11th batter.
First pitch down low for ball 1. Danny takes a look at second and comes home. That ball's fouled back into the netting right behind the plate. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Axel goes out to retrieve a stray baseball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. 2 on for the Gophers. Garcia represents their last chance here. Swung on and hit to center field. It's going to fall in front of Howard. It's going to bring 1 run around. King is going to...
So the ball, Gannon Howard made a good throw from center field on the base hit by our hitter Garcia, and the throw was in time, and the sliding base runner King, he slid up under it as Alvarado tried to make the tag, and unfortunately the ball caromed out of his mitt down the first base line out of play, which ended up plating 2, bringing the score to 6-4 and moving Garcia over to third base.
So King and Sanchez scored on that,
yes,
closing the gap here to 6-4.
With 2 outs as
the
the ball
top of the order hits the ball to Noah Cifuentes at first base, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. So the Gophers make it interesting here at the very end, but Cifuentes squeezes that little flare for the 3rd out of the top of the 7th inning, and that is the ball game. Arlington 6, Grand Prairie 4. We'll step aside for a brief break here. The John Wade Roofing postgame show will be up right after this.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Welcome back here to Colt Field as the Colts take care of business tonight, but not before Grand Prairie gives a little dramatic emphasis to the end of the ballgame here, plating 2 runs here in the top of the 7th and making it a close 6-4 ball game as Arlington does come out on top. This is the John Wade Roofing postgame show. John Sr. played for Arlington High and was team MVP in 1976. He also played for TCU and UTA football, earning all conference and conference champion honors. After a stint with the Houston Oilers, he started roofing in 1982 and never looked back. His legacy on the gridiron is now matched by the legacy the company has built in the community for over 40 years. The next time you have roofing needs or gutters, painting, solar, or more, call the family that does more at 817-265-5520. Cameron, what's your initial thoughts on this ball game here tonight at Colt Field?
Well, my initial thoughts is complete game by Danny Bustamante. You know, he got 11 strikeouts in there. He had his curveball working, had his fastball working, up, down, inside, outside. I mean, what can you say about it?
He was strong. He was not perfect, but he was strong tonight and sailed through the complete game. Like you said, that's good for the Colt bullpen. to be able to get a complete game out of him. He did have 11 strikeouts, like you mentioned. And I think we're going to have to make Bustamante our player of the game here tonight, here on Little Colt night here at Colt Field. And we are looking across town at the other games around the area, but the other game that Zap covers, Bowie. Bowie lost to Lamar tonight, so Lamar keeps pace in that third spot. We'll have to see. By the time we meet again, we'll know how Martin did against Sam, and did they keep pace tonight? We would expect that they would. And so it's a tight race here in District 8-6A, as the Colts indeed do take care of business here tonight, but not before they made us chew our fingernails here a little bit in the 6th and 7th innings of this ball game, as Grand Prairie plated 3 total runs in the last 2 frames to make it a closer than we would have expected ball game.
Yeah, they waited until the end to make it pretty interesting to get their bats going. They had a couple of back-to-back singles there.
Yep.
And then they had to be honest with you, the first one that they played it was a gimme by the Colts defense. It's unfortunate, mistakes are made, but then they ended up giving up a run early, and then in the 6th inning they came back and gave up another run.
Yep.
On another error on a throw down to first by Alvarado, and now we're sitting at 2-6, and then they come into the 9th and they actually put the bat on the ball in that inning and earned 2 runs.
Yeah, made it closer than we would have expected here late in the ball game, but good job by the Colts and Danny Bustamante to finally nail down those last few outs that they needed to leave the ballpark tonight with a solid win and keeping pace in the district race solidly in second place behind South Grand Prairie, who we would have expected will win against Haltom tonight and keep pace at 10-1 in their district record. So looking forward to Friday night. We didn't expect to get to play tonight because of forecasted rain, so we're not going to plan on being rained out on Friday either. And we'll be over at the Grand Prairie Ballpark. Fans, if you've never been to the little ballpark over at Grand Prairie, it's a cute little ball field set high up on a hill. So bring your hiking shoes, because it's a long walk up the big hill for the fans to come out and see the Colts play at Grand Prairie. But if you can't make it Friday night, we'll be there for you. We'll be your eyes and your ears, and we'll be bringing you that live action from Grand Prairie Park on Friday night as the Colts look to continue taking care of business and their run for the district playoff seeding. The higher the seed, the better your playoff chances. And the other team that we cover, Bowie High School, lost their game tonight against Lamar. Lamar keeping pace in the 3rd spot in the district race. And they will be playing at Bowie. That's where I will be Friday night, as Zach will come back and take over here at Grand Prairie, I believe, with Jot Holly. And so I'll be at Bowie Lamar.
Friday.
You'll be at Grand Prairie on
I
Friday
will be
with
over at
Jot
Grand
and
Prairie
Zach.
Friday, so I'll be seeing these guys again. Take on the Grand Prairie team.
All right.
And, the way that they ended this one tonight, and I apologize for that, but the way that they ended this one tonight, I think that they're going to be trying to go home and bring that momentum that they ended this game with over to their own home field.
Very good, very good. All right, so that's going to be a wrap from Colt Field here tonight. We're glad that you joined us. We appreciate you being here with us. We appreciate the fans that came out to the park, too, for little Colt night. And we're going to give it a wrap. So for Cameron Wilcox on play-by-play and color.
Thank you.
And John Ethan Wilson on the production, keeping things calm and collected in the background here for us tonight, and giving some love to all of our sponsors. Go visit our sponsors, guys. We need these sponsors to keep Zach Arnold Productions on the air, to giving you quality play-by-play for no paywall, no free price here. So visit our sponsors and keep us on the air. So for all of us here at Colt Field, we bid you adieu. Have a safe rest of the week, and we will see you on Friday night. Good night, folks.
Good night.